So the Oscars yesterday had its own personal Steve Harvey Miss Universe moment. And what I really loved about it was a bunch of white people had to give black people their things. And it, from my Shondo, it touched me. It made me giddy. I cackled. Um, and yeah, Moonlight deserved it. And I'm going to end with Moonlight, but we're just going to start with the fact that the show was actually more entertaining than I thought it would be. Jimmy Kimmel did not actually suck. He did pull a lot of things that we had seen before with Ellen, but that's because Ellen is funny as shit. Like, I already knew that he was going to try and follow in her footsteps, which he did, but he held his own. He had like the little popcorn flying down. A shout out to Mama Merrill again, because they caught her halfway through the show. And she had a giant box of Thin Mints with her man. She was like, babe, we are old, rich, and fat, and we are just here because I am Meryl Streep and you are my man. And we about to go home after this. I loved them. Chrissy Teigen got caught sleeping. That shit cracked me up. Because I'm like, girl, I ain't even mad at you. Show the real. Stop having the seat fillers make it seem like this is so exciting. This is a fucking 4 hour long production. It is tiring. People can't get drunk like they want to because by the time you finally are coming back, you know, with your beverage or had a half a sip, you got a deep sea dive trying to get back into the theater so you could be sitting there when the cameras go back on. Um, I'm just gonna quote, or not even quote, just comment on three main things. Halle Berry looks like she had lost Isaiah again. This isn't hair shaming. This isn't me like, oh, it's her natural hair and you're making fun of it. This is why I'm making fun of it. Because if you are not known for doing natural hair, you have to test hairstyles, which is something that in Hollywood a lot of celebrities do. Because you want to make sure that you have the correct look. So I don't know. She clearly ain't go to Kim Kimball. We know that much. Because Kim wouldn't have had you out here looking like a bird's nest or a beehive, literally. I was looking at her, I'm like, girl, how's this fro lopsided? Did someone try to put a part in this? Like, what the hell is going on? She was not, it was the first time I ever looked at Halle Berry, and I'm like, damn, you are not young anymore. And don't get me wrong, Halle Berry is still one of the most beautiful women in the world, period. Not even on Hollywood standards. Like, she is just gorgeous. But in looking at her, I was like, if this was supposed to be a comeback moment, girl, it was not a good one at all. You need luxury law. Get Zendaya stylist on the phone so he can like just, you know, carve this next wave of your adult celebrity life, because this was not working. I just could not get over how bad her hair looked. And then what made it worse, the next day it looked better. I'm like, where was this then? What the hell is going on here? Nothing made me like, I want Viola Davis to do my eulogy. I want her to write it. I want her to recite it, and I want her to do an interpretive dance, and I want Meryl Streep to play me when I die. I say that because those are two women. It don't matter. Meryl Streep has played every race. At this point, I want her to play a man. Like, what? Or I want her to, like, in the revival of E.T., I want her to be the alien. Like, when does she not just slay at everything that she does? And for Viola Davis to take me to that church moment, how dare you with this sickening, sickening side hairstyle going, this the Justin Bieber done correctly. Your man in the audience looking like, babe, whether you want or not, you already know we getting it cracking in this limo. Like, I love her so much. And for her to be like, the best stories are the ones in the graveyard. I just want her to have like an inspirational podcast. You can tell she thinks about this. Like, she just, from her spirit, exudes poise and excellence. And just, I can't. Mahershala Ali, I had to turn when he won, not because of anything negative, but, and I say this to the people who follow me, all my subscribers. I try and be a woman of God. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I use free language on my, you know, my page here, as well as the fact that, you know, on any given day of the week, I'm probably breaking 3 out of the 10 commandments, but so are we all. So let's not sit here and try it. But Mahershala Ali puts the seed or the spirit of lust in me that honestly I cannot remember. I don't think it was this bad when I loved B2K as a child. Like, It was never this bad. Like, I look at him and I'm just like, if he ever said, I choose you, which you know he won't. He loves his wife. I would literally have to like physically run away from him. Like, just go, huh, and just go screaming into the night. He is that fine. And not only is he that fine, but he loves God. He loves his family. He is woke as hell. And then you got the audacity to be in these Calvin Klein prints the next day. And you could tell he was classy. Trevante was out here naked. Trevante is single. So he can do that. But you can tell even Mahershala was like, look, I'll give you a little six pack. I'll give you a little V cut. You ain't going to have me full naked. You know, I have a wife and babies. And I was just like, I just respect him so much. But if he ever becomes single, in my delusional mind, I got next. Like, find me one of him in the world, and I will just be one happy black woman. Like, I will just be like, I will cook, clean, make tacos, cook. Do you want your waffles cut in squares or triangles? Like, it's that real when it comes to him. Ooh, I can't stand his fine ass. Of course, they had to bring down the moment a bit. No, I'm not going to touch on Denzel yet. In seeing Katherine Jackson come out and everyone stand up, you know, it was only 48 years in the making. It wasn't like, you know, too long of a time. Thank God. She got a lot of credit that a lot of, you know, African American pioneers didn't get. At least she was alive to smell her roses and to, you know, be celebrated. How many other pioneers have not had that opportunity? Every time I see Katherine Jackson, I want to smack the shit out NASA. And I want to, like, literally bash John Glenn in the face. Because I'm like, y'all raggedy Kennedy, all y'all raggedy asses knew, and none of y'all said nothing. Y'all were smooth okay with these black women literally saving the world, but you didn't want to give them credit. How dare you? Like, they should have left their asses in space for like an extra 20 minutes. So like, just took them to the point where their oxygen levels gonna get really low and then dropped them back down. Be like, and don't you ever in your life tell me that I can't pee here, but I can help get your Caucasian, Caucasoid, Caucasic ass circling around orbs and shit and come back to your little melanin deficient family. Girl, let me not. Also, let me not homogenize all white people, because Lord knows people here are Caucasian and y'all just go to pieces and get all in y'all little feelings. I'm not out here calling y'all whiteys or crackers. I'm not saying anything disrespectful. Are you not Caucasian? Okay then, moving on. Moving on to yet another Caucasian who took something that did not belong to him. Denzel Washington is a professional crier. Like, when I say that, I mean that in the sense of Denzel Washington professionally gives you moments, gives you scenes that he is known for his tears. Whether it is Hurricane, Malcolm X, that one tear that came out his face in Glory when he got his Best Supporting Actor role. Like, he is known for crying that will just make the whole world just want to commit suicide. Like, if I see Denzel Washington cry, I feel like I've disappointed my father. Watching him react to Casey Affleck, knowing that that camera was on him, and you could literally see the tears brimming in his eyes, broke my heart. Because Denzel Washington, every time I see him act, you can tell that his commitment to the character, and that it is more than just him being an actor. It is a spiritual connection that this man has to, or the commitment that he has put into telling this story, whether it's a fictitious character or whether it is a real life person. And so to see him fully embody, I'm not even going to comment on the fact that y'all didn't even give him a Best Director nomination, which he deserved. Do you know how hard it is to bring a play to the big screen, or to format something that is in a play format? But screenplays, yes, are completely different from actual playwright plays. Like, I never thought I would see Fences as a movie. Hell, Moonlight was hard enough. Like, that's a really difficult to turn into from a play to a movie. So y'all snubbed him there, and then on top of it, I watched that little weak ass Manchester by the Sea, and this is the fundamental issue that I have with it. Manchester by the Sea was decent. It's great, and it wasn't even that bad. Like, it wasn't a bad movie, but if you stack it next to the power of Fences. And don't get me wrong, I loved Hidden Figures, but like I told one of my best friends, I wouldn't have even wanted Hidden Figures to win over Fences, because Fences just to me tells a more complete story of a topic that affects so many. Generational curses is not just something that affects black people. This is something that affects white people, Asian people, Hispanic community, the human race, period. Whatever your socioeconomic station is in life, whatever that emotional, rip in your family is, you will see it repeated time after time. So when I look at it, I just look at it from the space of to be rewarded by nothing. Like, yes, Viola won. And Viola, to me, yes, she was supporting Denzel, but that monologue, I knew I planned when I sold into you that it was into rocky soil, but I took the risk. Anyway, don't even get me started. I just can't. That's almost when I almost turned off the TV, because I just didn't expect anything else worth winning to win that I was just going to go up for. Watching, like, honestly, I turned, because I had been live tweeting or Facebooking, whatever you want to call it. So by the time we got to Best Picture, when I heard the first lie, I turned off the TV, because I was just like, man, screw this. So then to all my friends and everyone, like fans and everything, not fans, but Lord, fans, Joy, real fans, girl. Sorry, y'all, not fans. What do you call them? Oxygen is not going to my brain. I just worked out. Public, just the public, whatever, who saw my post. Everyone was just like, girl, you need to turn it back on. Moonlight won. I was like, how is this possible? Sure enough, as my grandmother's name is Ruth McCline, Moonlight won. I immediately, thank God for DVR, I cried, screamed. I was so happy and ecstatic. And also, let me just say this. If you were one of these alpha males that was talking all this horrible, homophobic, misogynistic shit, like, oh, I got tricked into seeing this gay shit, you can go screw yourself. Or you can actually go suck a dick. Because here's the whole issue. That movie was about self-acceptance and love. It is the smallest budgeted film to ever win Best Picture. $1.5 million made that movie. And that is not a lot of money when you got to sit here and have an entire crew, cast, go according to SAG laws to make sure you don't get fined. Like, that is not a lot of money. Okay? As someone in the industry, I don't know how as a producer y'all made that happen, but I salute you. So for me to watch them win, it disappointed me, because I was just like, this is a win that actually the entire African American community, as well as the African Latino community, because the gentleman who plays Kevin is Dominican in the film, but I'm like, should be completely celebrated. But because of machismo and, the definition of, oh man, you ain't a man if you gay, and just how we treat certain aspects of our community, we completely cast them off to the side. So even in this one, so this win is not everyone's. This win is for me as an LGBTQ supporter. This win is for everyone who is open-minded and who goes, no matter what, the Bible says, I still believe in the fundamental teaching of my Christ Jesus, which is that of love. If you honestly believe in love, I don't see how you can be so vicious to somebody just because they live differently than you. Because at the end of the day, we all have our cross to bear. And last time I checked, I am nobody's saint, nor am I perfect. So looking at Moonlight and the fact that it wasn't a slave narrative, it wasn't, oh my God, massa gonna beat me, chitlins and crackling bread. To see that just made my heart sing. And I'm so happy to see what happens to this cast later. I'm not going to end on a shady note, because I love me some Trevante Rose. But I'm like, at this point, someone made a good point. I have never seen anybody that was not homosexual on the cover of Out. I love him enough to let him go. But I just would love to know if he is straight. That's just right. And it doesn't make a difference in the sense of like, oh, I'm not going to support him. I just want to know, because I want to know, should I be fiending after you like this or not? But I'm just being crazy. Love you, boo. That being said, the Oscars kind of gave us what we deserve. Still not really. And we still can do a ton of more, work when it comes to diversity and inclusion. But Moonlight, yes. Hidden Figures, yes. Fences, yes. Viola Davis, hell yes. And with that note, everyone have a great night, and I will see you all on the flip side. Mwah. Bye.